The past weeks, we have seen diplomatic efforts to end Russia's war. And it's clear that Europe wants peace, America wants peace, Ukraine wants peace. Who doesn't want peace is Russia. It is clear because Russia responds to these peace efforts with missile attacks. Wednesday's attack on Kyiv shows how deliberate the choice of Russia is to escalate and also mock the peace efforts. President Zelensky has clearly expressed already several months ago to be ready for the talks, but Putin is stalling by any means possible, and therefore Ukraine needs to be supported by military aims. This remains crucial. The EU and our member states have already provided over 63 billion euro in military support to Ukraine since the war began, and in 2025, 25 billion. And I welcome that several EU member states have made new pledges just in the last days. Aid to Ukraine saves lives. We must continue to step up. The European Peace Facility can provide funding to support this effort. It can reimburse member states for weapons purchased for Ukraine, including for supporting NATO's Pearl initiatives. So the continued blocking of the EPF is not justified. Resolving this swiftly is important for the work between Europe and also United States to support Ukraine, and bilateral issues must not block the aid. Today, ministers also discussed the European role in security guarantees, the European Union role. And it is clear that Europe will fully pay its part. I welcome that there is a broad support today to expand our EUMAM military mission mandate to provide training and advice inside Ukraine after any truce. We are the largest provider of training to Ukraine's military. We have trained over 80,000 soldiers so far, and we must be ready to do more. This could include placing EU trainers in Ukrainian military academies and institutions. In parallel, our civilian mission can strengthen Ukraine's resilience against Russian hybrid attacks. We can also do more for Ukraine's defense industry. What they really learn on the battlefield can be also turned into the strength of Europe. And we are already the biggest investor in Ukraine defense industry. 2022 must not be allowed to repeat. And then European-owned defense. At the June European Council, leaders agreed to increase defense spending and invest better together. EU member states identified 9 priority areas, such as air and missile defense, drones, ammunition. And today, ministers discussed ways to close the most urgent capability gaps, and mostly to do it jointly, to do it together, and to be more effective. Now, when it comes to the Pearl initiative, then it is true that in the EPF we have 6.6 billion euros blocked. And we have offered to our Hungarian colleagues different ways out. I mean, opt out like they have in NATO. Also, I mean, different possibilities that are not part of the lethal aid or anything of a sort, but it hasn't been, we haven't been effective so far. Now we have the Pearl initiative, which means that, buying weapons from America, if we could unblock this 6.6 billion, as also our different colleagues are very, very often, also Hungarian colleagues, referring to President Trump's efforts. This is exactly what is it for. So if we could unblock by this, and the 6.6 billion could be used in the Pearl initiative, initiative, then it could definitely make a difference. And all the countries today were raising this issue of unblocking. It is, you don't have to be part of it, but let others then do it.
You spoke about potential EU trainers on the ground in Ukraine. Can you just clarify you mean a change of mandate after a potential ceasefire? And can you tell us, do you think this is in any way realistic? You said there's broad support. What does that mean? I believe you would need unanimity for this. You just released a statement with only 26 countries just basically condemning those Russian attacks which damaged the EU mission. If you can't even get 27 countries on a basic statement like that, can you ever imagine getting agreement unanimously on something like a change of the mandate for EU trainers on the ground? Thank you.
Thank you. Well, when we are 27 and 26 are on board, then it is a broad support. I can say that it's a broad support. But yes, the discussions that we had was about the change of mandate. It's a bit also, chicken and egg issue. So, like you say, it's true that we are talking about changing the mandate or training on Ukrainian soil if there's ceasefire. So some are saying that we should do it after, but we can also do it conditionally, so that we agree already how we change the mandate so that it would be conditional when the ceasefire or truce enters into force when it's actually needed. Now, what we have to keep in mind is that there is a coalition of the willing for the security guarantees. There's discussion with the Americans about their backstop. Americans have been very clear. Europeans have to be leading here. So again, we need to show how we are taking responsibility for certain tracks, and training has been on Europe, and we are ready to do it on Ukrainian soil once there's truce. Thank you.